Android smartwatches aren't as seamless as their Apple competitor, but in today's video I'm going to share my thoughts and review of the Fossil Gen 5 and explain why I chose to use it as a daily driver. Stick around to find out what I thought, and let's jump into the video. Smartwatches, the analog killer they say, the digital assistant on your hand, the thing that can do everything. But that's not really the truth. It's just an addition of technology, just taking away from your phone and putting it onto your wrist. Each device that is aimed at the Android market is kind of good, but it isn't as seamless as their Apple competitor. And with my testing and use of multiple devices, I've found that the Fossil Gen 5 is the best smartwatch that fits my use case. I love the portability of technology, whether it be a new handheld console, a new mobile phone, or even just a laptop that I can take around and do my work with. And that's why I decided to go from a normal analog watch over to a smartwatch, because I just wanted to add a new piece of technology to my life and stay even more connected with my phone and all those other bits of technology that I have. I was huge and an avid fan of an analog watch because I do like glancing down at my watch and just looking at the time, just thinking, oh, it's 12:33, just like seeing the information straight there. And I was worried that with a digital watch, I wasn't going to be able to have that instantaneous look. I did hear about always-on displays, but I heard that they drain the battery quite a lot. But with the implementation of Wear OS, they also have tilt to wake. So I just literally tilt my wrist and then it comes up, which is a bit of a weird motion to get used to because you can normally just glance down at something. But it becomes second nature when you end up using the watch fairly frequently. I searched far and wide for the perfect Android smartwatch, and I tried 3 different variants. First one I tried was a Samsung Galaxy smartwatch. To say the least, it wasn't that great. It was huge, bulky, didn't fit my wrist well, and didn't support my card for Samsung Pay. Bit of an odd one. I tried many different troubleshooting methods, didn't really work, so that got sent straight back. Then I opted to get the Moto 360, and that has really good reviews due to its size, the features it has, and I really liked it. To say the least, it was really great. But the issue with that is it had a proprietary charger, and I couldn't find a third-party alternative. So it was a little bit of a sticker for me because I wanted to have a couple of chargers to use if I'm going away on a trip or just to have like a proper docking station next to my bed. I eventually opted to get the Fossil Gen 5. It was on a sale. I think I got it for about £150 when I paid for it, and that came obviously with the watch and also with an extra sort of band, and that really ticked the box for me. And after a year of use, I can say that it's been really good for me. Obviously it hasn't been as smooth sailing as it could be, and there have been a few bumps in the road, but I'm going to just break those down and just share my thoughts basically. The watch itself features Google's integrated Wear OS, so that basically enables the watch to communicate with any Android device as well as an iOS or Apple device as well. They generally suggest for it to be used with an Android device, but even saying it's compatible with Android is just a complete and utter minefield. Because the way that I would like to view it and look at it is you've got your Apple Watch and your iOS series of watches that integrate seamlessly and work with the whole Apple ecosystem due to the fact that there are only a limited number of Apple devices. Whereas on this other side, when you've got Android watches, you've got to think that they've got to be compatible with a huge array of devices, not just the 10 that are listed on Apple's website. So you have to have compatibility for the whole range of Android devices. And in many ways of the word, that is very difficult to achieve, and sometimes there are compatibility issues and restraints. I'm wearing the watch at the moment, as you can see. I'm sure you would have seen the clips as well throughout the video. And it features 8GB of onboard storage, so you can save all your apps and all the features that you need to use, so health tracking, fitness tracking, just general messaging, and all the other things that you would want to use can be downloaded and saved to the watch. It also has a GPS for tracking. There are some slight caveats with that. I'm going to jump into that in a little bit. But it does have that feature if you would like to use it for, say, going on a run or also going out on a walk or a cycle or anything like that. And it does work quite effectively. It has contactless payments through Google Pay. So you just sync your card to your Google Pay account and then add it to your watch, and you can just tap to pay, which is really great. And I use that on a literally frequent basis. I probably use that more than I actually use my phone now. And I hardly take my cards out because I have Google Pay on my phone and also on my watch. So it's just so easy, quick and easy to use, and I would highly recommend trying to use that feature if you have it. The display itself is also very crisp. I can see all the messages that I want. I can look at it like very up and close, but I can have it from quite a distance away and still read the information in detail. I mean, for my use case, I've got pretty good vision. I can actually see the watch and see the information and read out pretty much instantaneously, and that does work quite well. As well as all these sort of technical features and like specifications, I also want to lay back to the styling. So obviously with this watch being a smartwatch, you can also change out the faces on the watch. You can use different apps like Facia and swipe through and change the digital readout, which really, I mean, can lean towards your style. For me, I just go for the simple digital look, but other people can use like analog looks and stuff like that, and it's very quick and easy to change. Linking onto style as well, the watch also features a 22mm band strap. So you can buy replacement straps on Fossil's website, but you can also buy them on Amazon, on eBay, or anything like that, and you can really like change the customizability of the device. So for me, I've been using it for about a year, and my silicone band is starting to wear out slightly, mainly because I use it for when I'm running, so the sweat degrades it quite a lot. And I may end up buying a replacement band, but a replacement band is only like £10–15 in the UK, so that is just really good. And if you want to get a few different types, especially if you want to like dress up, dress down, then you can do that. There are hundreds and hundreds of options out there. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that it has Google Assistant integration. So you press and hold one of the buttons, it depends what you set your customizable buttons as, but you can enable the Google Assistant. Doesn't work in the best manner. I have Google devices throughout my home. Obviously have Google Assistant on my phone. I've got a Google Home behind me, but it just doesn't tick the box the best. Obviously it's trying to process all these different sort of requests, but it just doesn't work as good as it should do. But with it being a watch, I'm hardly surprised. Now let's head towards the pitfalls. I mean, the watch, like I said, has been very good in my use case, but there are a number of things that I want to highlight in regards to what I have experienced over the past year, and also things that are listed on their website that are false in my use case. So on the Fossil website, they have a long list of things that they basically say that is in the description, but I don't think many of those apply to me personally. The watch needs to be recharged daily. It depends what battery mode you're using, but especially when using the GPS, it drains the battery drastically. So you need to think about that. Always having a charger around is pretty much necessary, and I tend to have to charge it. I just whack it on the charger every night when I go to sleep, but you really need to think of that. Because with obviously analog watches, you don't need to replace the battery at all months down the line. But with a smartwatch, you need to put it on every single night. So it's a little bit of a faff, but that is part of the ecosystem. The next thing I want to mention is GPS tracking. They state on their website that it has an inbuilt GPS, which is true, but you can't use it without being connected to mobile data on your phone and Bluetooth on your phone. So when I go for a run, I use Strava on my watch to track my runs, and I have to wear a running like vest with my watch in, my phone in, sorry, so that I can keep up to date and log all the information, and that is really annoying. I would love to just go out with my watch and a pair of earbuds and run, but I have to take my phone with me in order to track the information properly, and that is a bit of a downfall, to be honest. The final thing that I want to mention in terms of pitfalls as well is downloads. So you can download a large variety of apps to the watch with the 8GB of inbuilt storage, but you can't download any songs. So I use Spotify, I have a Spotify premium account, but I can't download any songs to the watch. So I have to use my phone yet again and pair my phone to my earbuds and then run with my earbuds. And I just would like to get the middleman out of the way. So if I could completely remove the phone from the equation and just pair my earbuds to my watch and use downloaded songs on my watch, that would be fantastic. But it just doesn't feature that integration, and I don't see why it can't be used in that way. In conclusion, the Fossil Gen 5 watch is probably the most appropriate watch for my use case, and for many other people out there, it may fit you quite well as well. With the recent release of the Gen 6, the Gen 5 has actually gone down in price a fair amount, so you might be able to pick up a bargain on Fossil's site when it comes around to a sale period, or also over on Amazon, where they have sales on pretty much all the time as well. I'll leave a link down in the description for where I bought it on Amazon, and if you'd like to buy it through that link, it would really help the channel out and support me as well. That is all for today's review. If you don't mind liking the video if you like this video, and subscribing to stay up with more content, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See ya.